accents at some point, man.
So, we started last session on the final stretch of our adventure through the swamp. The
Murmuring Fen.
Murmuring Fen, yes. I wanted to call it something else. Anyway,
The Murder Swamp?
something like that. And
Florida.
when we thought that the coast was clear and all was good and well, we got cut off and surrounded by 5 hobgoblins riding wargs. And the lead one wanted us particularly to come with him and go see, I think his name was Grislax or Grishlax?
Grishnak? Oh,
Grishnak?
man, I'll look it up, you continue.
It was something like that. It doesn't really, well, I mean, it might matter, but not for the recap. Pippin threw a lot of words at him while the party decided what to do. We voted fight. So we fought. We killed all but one of them. Of the hobgoblins. Some of the wargs got away. Then, afterwards, we made it into the city of Somnacia. When we arrived, we looked at one of the notice boards on entering the city, in which our fire, seeing her name and the large 500 gold bounty for alive on her head, decides to quickly make an exit from the scene. Deciding that she probably had stuff to go take care of, we looked at the notice board, figured out her name was on there, and by then it was too late to follow her. So we decided to find a place to sleep for the night. We stopped by a rooftop that that was Pippin's favorite place to hang out when he spent time in the city. And then we went to the Crescent Moon Cantina, a place that Wimble suggested. There, Wimble buys a round of drinks for Magnus and Sev, which Magnus enjoys and Sev declines. Wimble decides that it was a great idea to use command to make Sev drink anyway. Sev failed the saving throw and had to chug the whole drink, in which decided that that wasn't a cool thing to do, and left, followed by Pippin to make sure he was okay. Wimble apologized, and then the party scattered to the 4 corners of the city.
Yep.
Wimble going to the Church of Miravel, Hippo. Magnus, yes, went to go check the night market for gun parts, and Sev followed Pippin back to the rooftop to go get some alone time from the world. Did I miss
really
anything?
Good. No, I don't think you did. Other than the reason Wimble went and apologized is because he was told off by the owner of the bar place, the cantina.
Mm-hmm.
She was not impressed with your lack of friendliness. It was not a good time of you. I want to activate this. How do I activate this? Are you guys... Did that activate this?
What's being activated?
Is everybody on the Somnacia one?
Hang on.
Yes, we already are.
Yep.
Look at that. Were you there before?
Yep.
Nope.
Oh, fuck.
I think we were at the bottom off the map, but...
Yeah. I've moved you guys around.
Yep.
Okay. So... we start our session with the party split. Now you're in a major city, so you're not under direct siege of monsters. So, what's the name of the cantina?
It's Crescent Moon Cantina. It's where Magnus currently is.
Thank you. There is a link to the notice board in the party, like in the chat on Discord for you guys. I will bring attention to a couple of things. First, I will read out again Arfire's bounty. Also, the hobgoblin was Grishnak, the Fen tyrant. But Arfire, your wanted thing is orc female, young adult. Description is sought for grievous crimes against the city of Solestier, including violent sedition, assault resulting in the death of a ranking city guard officer, and masterminding a subsequent escape from detention. Subject is considered extremely dangerous, resourceful, skilled in unconventional combat, and known for travel with a forest gnome companion. Approach with extreme caution. The issuing authority is the noble houses of Solestier and the Solestier Guard High Command. Your reward is 500 gold pieces for live capture and return to Solestier authorities, or 250 gold pieces for proof of death, subject to verification by the officials. Proof must be irrefutable. So that is your bounty. The other thing I want to pull attention to, if you go to the Somnacia notice board on the Google Doc, there are a couple of general announcements, two of which are kind of pertinent for like planning, because it's the next day or two. One is there's a public pronouncement today at high noon. The Council of Oracles will deliver their interpretation of recent astral conjunctions from the grand balcony of the conclave. This Moon Whisper, which is the day of the week is Moon Whisper, which is today, at high noon. All citizens welcome. There will be other smaller points where like a priest will be, but to get the main announcement will be at the grand balcony. And the other one of note is the Festival of Whispering Stars approaches. Prepare for 3 nights of celestial observation, dream interpretation contests, and inspired performances. Begin on this Starweave, which is tomorrow. Details posted throughout the city by order of the Council of Oracles. Which for Pippin and Wimble, you would know that. Let me look it up. This is something that. It's not an everyday occurrence, like it's not on a specific timeline. It's a tradition where if something significant or puzzling is happening in the celestial interpretations, they will call one of these festivals, and it's basically designed to have the city focus and help with channeling the oracle funnel stuff.
AKA a lot of fun.
Yeah. So we're gonna start our session with Arfire. You see this notice board, you tell everybody, I'm sorry, I'm out. And you know, especially with Pippin having called out your name, that in a big city like this, there is a good chance that bounty has, like, there are bounty hunters. So, what is it you would want to do first? I know we talked, but what would you do after seeing this and disappearing from everybody?
$500 bounty. That's pretty high. definitely get off the main street. Any obvious armor, the shiny signs of threats or whatever it is, sword hidden behind a cloak, breastplate, pull the cloak right over, obscure the face, maybe mess up the hair a little bit from its usual, like, out of the way sort of style. Kind of go for more of a hunched over posture. So visually, she's trying to change herself, but she can't do much. So I need to find my people. I need to find anybody connected to my patron and see if they can help me blend in, as it were.
Patron,
Perfect.
she's a warlock. Kill the witch.
My god.
So, roll me 2 checks. Just a straight...
I can't do anything straight, but okay.
Well, actually, let's do a charisma saving throw. Just to see, how well you are good at not just deception, but hiding in plain sight, that kind of thing. Oh, Lord.
Oh, brother. I'm gonna use my inspiration, because I still have that. That's
Okay.
that's a bad start. We're not doing that.
Oh my god!
You
The
can
gods have
will it.
spoken.
You can will it to be different, but the dice gods have spoken.
Okay.
I must listen.
Alright. So, you're making your way, and you're frantically doing this, trying to mask your armor and pull your cloak, but you're too busy, flipping around trying to pay attention. So while you can get your cloak up, it is very clearly obvious that you are trying to keep aware and blend, and it's not working very well. And you can see people looking at you very funny. At first it doesn't make much of a difference, but the farther you get, especially closer to, if you go closer to any of the main districts, people start to notice. What would you like to do?
Gotta get out of the city. Where's the dumps? Where's the fucking dumps?
Okay, you want to make it to, the outskirts into, the more
Yes!
slummy areas?
Yes, very much.
Sure. Roll me a stealth.
Okay. Oh, God.
Okay.
Listen, I'm not great at being subtle, okay? Thesis, love of Thesis, help me. That's 19.
So, as the stairs get worse, you take kind of a moment where, a young child goes and steals at somebody like a market. And then the sound of thief comes up, and everybody's kind of focused on that. And at that point, you see an alley, and you duck behind very quickly and manage to melt. And instead of trying to do the pretending I'm normal and not drawing attention, now you've resorted to going back routes. Which, considering the kind of people you're trying to find, it's not actually a bad idea. And you start making your way to more of a slummy area to look for signs of your people. You kind of know that you're looking for specific pieces of graffiti, or specific markings, particularly a half-smiling or a half-shadowed mask. Sometimes it'll be not quite thieves' cant, but in that vein of symbolism that is tied to Thesis, but it's much more subtle than a regular temple. Can you roll a perception or investigation check?
Neither of those are great. I'm gonna do perception. Straight roll. Okay. 18.
Perfect. And this takes a while because it is so subtle. You end up making your way closer to Moonlit Bay, kind of docky area, and eventually you see a piece of like a half smiling mask, and you would know you have to put a nondescript mark by this mark of your own, that basically lets whoever put that mark know that somebody in the order is trying to get a hold of them. And then you know that they would check that before like sundown, and then you would be able to come back shortly after, like around midnight, to get the message on where to go.
Gotcha. You see Arfra's just gonna casually lean next to the wall, just draw a piece of chalk, just like a broken piece of chalk from within like her armband or whatever it is, and just make that mark and put like an additional symbol for urgent,
Okay.
just in case, before sliding it and then disappear back into the shadows. I have
Perfect.
to find a place to lie low.
Yeah, for sure. So while you do that, let's jump over to Pippin and Sev. You have made your way to the rooftop where Pippin had previously had his dance with the nightmare. And Pippin, he would talk to Sev about looking for this nightmare and whatever. At this point, I'm going to open this up to you guys for some role play. Once you guys have your conversation, then we'll talk about mechanics for seeing if you can find the nightmare. But when you get to this rooftop and you're sitting overlooking the city, what would you guys like to talk about?
Now,
That's my
Sev,
question. Yes.
would you trust me if I asked you to?
You haven't really given me a reason not to trust you.
Great. I would hate to assume anything. I've seen. I might seem a little airheaded, and that's because I am, but I do pay attention sometimes. And I didn't want to assume anything. Anyway. So, there's... Remember how I asked you about if you were friends with a nightmare or anything?
Yeah.
Well, long story short, when I didn't pick you at random when I first saw you at the bar the day we met. I was kind of asked by a nightmare on this rooftop right here to come and find you and save you from stuff I didn't understand. And it's weird. And here's where this is what I need your trust on. When it shows up, it will probably be very scary. I've been told nightmares are scary. I don't really understand that. I think they're actually kind of cool and pretty, but like that apparently that's not normal and a very kinder thing to do. But anyway, when the nightmare, if the nightmare shows up and you're here, this is what I need you to do. Don't run, but if it starts to get any kind of violent, I don't want you to fight. I need you to run. I need you to run all the way and find anybody. Go back to that cantina. I don't care. If it gets violent, I need you to run. I can't have you being hurt because of something I wanted to check out.
But what about you?
Oh, I'll be fine. I don't think the nightmare could catch me if I tried. But if you tried to stay and fight, then I would have to stay and protect you. And I don't know if I can do that.
So this
And-
nightmare told you to find me?
Yeah, it was really cool. We danced, and I honestly don't even know if I was awake because I was really drunk on dream wine. I could have been asleep, and it could have been a dream. Or I could have been awake and under the effects of dream wine. Honestly, they're not that different. But I didn't really understand it all. But they said that you needed help and that you were running from something, and I didn't have anything better to do. And you weren't in the city, so I thought I was going to be traveling across the continent anyway. And I found you much sooner than I thought. I thought I was going to have to look for like years, because finding one person on this continent, a little crazy.
Well, it's not exactly crazy. Well, the fact the nightmare told you I was running from something is a little disturbing, considering a few things. But I'd actually, well, my sister told me in a dream to find Wimble.
Oh, so that makes everything really convenient. Well, oh, that kind of sucks, though. Wimble's been kind of, he seems like a nice guy. It's just he seems to be a little pushy.
He's a little reckless with the shouting and the shouting.
But anyway, no matter what, no matter why the nightmare picked me, if it wants anything to hurt you, I'm going to make sure that doesn't happen because you're pretty cool. And I will not be manipulated.
Wait, did the nightmare want you to bring me here?
No.
Okay.
But like I said, I have no idea what his game is. So if it's helpful, then maybe meeting them is helpful. If it's a bad thing, that's why I want you to run if it gets violent. I don't know. I'm a little nervous. But it's probably fine. Probably. But just in case, that's why I warned you.
You swear you'll be okay?
Oh, yeah.
While you're having this conversation and very focused on the nightmare and being okay and all of this, Sev, you feel as you're looking out over the city, you look at the Umbrous Crystal, which is this really large, what is it, pinkish purple crystal, and you can almost feel a low psychic pull towards this crystal, almost like it's resonating with your innate crystal that's been infused into your body. And it's almost like a hum inside your mind, kind of like you're being seen or that you could see. Could you make a insight or arcana check for me?
Yes. Is the purpose of the roll to understand or to resist?
To understand.
Okay.
You don't get the feeling of malicious intent. It's quite benevolent.
Well, his natural assumption would be his sister. Go with Ark.
Oh, I never got you that picture, Amber. I'm sorry.
Oh, I made one.
Okay.
14.
Well,
Perfect. That the DC was 13, so you're good. So as you're having this conversation and you feel this pull and resonance, you almost connect to, very, very briefly, an ancient dormant consciousness, or almost like whatever causes this area to have like visions and oracle readings, you kind of tap into that very briefly, and you feel almost like you're looking at a mirror that shatters. It was like almost like a mirror that has one path, and then it's been shattered, and now each little piece has different pathways to different futures. And you think with this vision and this ability to kind of sync and connect to this consciousness that you might be able to help Pippin search for this specific nightmare that he's looking for using your own psychic abilities.
Pippin,
Yeah?
do you trust me?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I wouldn't trust... If I didn't trust you, I would not have brought you up to this rooftop.
That's an excellent point. Excellent point. And if I didn't trust you, I wouldn't have followed you up to a rooftop either.
Good point.
So this is going to sound strange, but I have certain abilities that don't always work, but I feel like I might be able to help you find this nightmare.
Okay.
Perfect. So, mechanically speaking, Sev, if you can make a Arcana check to try and tap into this like system without getting overwhelmed, the DC is 14.
Mm.
Can I give him a bardic inspiration?
If you do, you won't be able. Oh, you can't bardic yourself, right?
Me?
Yeah. Can
Yeah,
you
I can bardic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can bardic myself.
Only one person can get bardicked. That's all I'm saying.
I'll give
For
it.
the purposes of this.
I'll give it the Sev.
All right. Let's see. So Zeb seems very reluctant at first, almost fearful of tapping into that power or his power, but your inspiration kind of helps him break through that, and then finger crossed.
Pippin breaks it down with you.
Look at that, another 14.
Perfect.
And then
So-
what's your? Well, I'll say that bardic inspiration just in case.
Sure. So yeah, you are able to kind of tune in not just to this consciousness, but also to the energies that are coming off of Pippin. And when you direct him to focus on the nightmare that he is specifically looking for, you are able to help him do that. For these purposes, if Sev is helping you and has succeeded his check, Pippin, you get advantage on your check.
Cool.
And so this is a mechanic for while you're in the city. You can do once a day before you go, like at night before you go to bed. And like go to rest. You declare your intention to look for the nightmare, and basically you are trying to you describe how you want to bring this nightmare to you, or you send your consciousness to them, whichever. So I want a role play on how you do that, and then I'm going to ask you for the check, and then I'll tell you if it succeeds or fails, and then we'll go from there.
Perfect. I already know what I want to do, or what I want to try doing this time.
Okay.
Since I am on the rooftop, where I originally saw the nightmare, Pippin's going to get up, and he's going to try doing his half of the dance that they did.
Perfect. Can you roll me a charisma performance check?
Yep. And
Since it didn't have-
and since I already have advantage, this doesn't matter. But anytime, because of my college of dance, when I have advantage on dancing anyway.
Nice.
So, super advantage. It's just regular advantage. 22.
Okay. 22. So between the two of you, you start your dance, and you're doing your half, and you kind of send that energy to Sev, who then sends it out, who connects to something. Can you roll a d6 for me to determine if it is exactly what you want?
Me or Sev?
You.
Me. Okay.
And you can, a d6.
One second. I want to see if lucky works on D6.
I think it's d20
I think
test,
it's
isn't
luck
it?
points are only on D20 points.
Oh well. I'll roll D6. Yep. Ah, it was almost a 6. I got a 3.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say with a 22 you would have been able to ignore the 1s or 2s, but a 3, you do intercept a dream. It isn't the nightmare you're looking for, but it is something a little bit more interesting. Where did it go? Can you roll me a 1 second while I pull up that? Where did it go? Oh, for crumb's sake. Thought I had it, but apparently I didn't. Do. Nope. There we go. Can you roll me a D? Well, it's a D3, so just slash R 1D3, slash R space 1D3, and then tell me what it is.
1.
1. Okay. So you, while you're dancing, drop into a scene. You're walking through the Murmuring Fen. It's nighttime. You're holding a lantern, and it's the only point of light in this oppressive darkness. As you're walking, the flame sputters, and a huge shadowy cat-like creature with no real face, just orbs for eyes, steps out of the mist. It doesn't roar, it inhales the flame and the light from your lantern, and everything goes dark. And you have a profound wash of cold. Can you make a charisma saving throw? Oh,
Yep.
yeah, charisma saving throw. Yours isn't too bad because you can't be afraid. In this respect.
12.
For the next 24 hours, you are overly cold as this feeling of the light being sucked away and this pervasive cold kind of sticks subconsciously in the back of your mind. And you did not find the nightmare, but you did feel a dream that has been out in the world, or in the city, and it was about a creature you know quite well.
So, as Pippin's dance ends, he kind of shivers and he turns to Sev and goes, "Well, Sev, you were right. That was a weird ability, and it didn't work exactly as you intended. Apparently, that cat thing from the portal, it is somewhere in the Fin, like we thought it was, and it's been seen recently. I don't know by who. I don't even know if they're still alive. I just know that it's happened. But I feel we're on the right track. I like it. I'm also really cold. I want something warm to drink."
Oh, wait. Yeah, Seb goes quiet for just a second when he says drink, but I may. I don't think I actually have anything I can help you with that. So yeah, let's what do you have in mind?
Okay, we got two options. One, we can head back to the Crescent Moon Cantina and put our room on Wimble's tab. Or
He is always about the
Or-
free room.
or we can go crash at some other Kinder's house.
Do you think the others will be worried if once we tell them where we're going?
Yeah, we can always find them in the morning.
What do you think is best? I've never been in a city this big, so
Well, that depends. How much do you like Kinder? Do you think one Kinder is entirely too many Kinders?
yeah, you're the only Kinder I've ever met. I can't say I know much about Kinders.
Alright, so if we do go crash at another Kinder's house, I
Mhm.
highly recommend you take everything important to you, put it in your bag, wrap your cloak around the bag, and don't leave it anywhere because we like picking stuff up. It happens.
Oh, is that how you always have these fascinating items? Just
Oh,
in your
yeah.
bag?
I just accidentally pick things up. Most of the time, I don't even realize it.
That's a That's interesting.
Yeah.
So,
So if you ever stay at a Kinder's place, make sure all your stuff's in a bag. We don't take offense. Well, as long as you don't call us thieves or insult us and say we're doing it on purpose, as long as you're just like polite about it, we're usually most Kinders are fine with it.
That's
So-
well, I mean,
are you going to find a Kinder, or are you going to back to the cantina? Because once we find that out, we're gonna drop to someone else.
can I roll D100 low Kinder high cantina?
Sure.
Not the Kinder low.
Let's be honest. It's because they're short.
You go and find a Kinder.
Yeah,
All
that
right.
is intriguing.
Find one of my cousins, aunts, uncles.
Sure. You guys start wandering the city looking for a Kinder. While you do that, Magnus, we had left off where you were finishing your meal or drinks at the bar. And I believe you wanted to go to the night market to the market district to see if you can find stuff to make a blunderbuss.
Yeah, just some upgrade parts.
Yeah.
I have the gun itself. I just need some bits and bobs.
Yeah. So we're going back in time a little bit. This is just after everybody's left, so if you move fast enough, you can probably find somebody in the well, I mean, if you go to the night market and you ask around a little bit and you describe that you're looking for these finicky things, you're directed very quickly to a shop. It's quite cluttered. But everybody you ask is like, "Oh, you need to find Fizzlewick." He's definitely, if you're looking for tinkery stuff, Fizzlewick Gearspring is the only person worth noting. And they give you directions off, and then you get to the next person and they're like, "Oh, you mean Gearspring? Yeah. He's just over there. He's a little bit odd. He's not always friendly. He's a little bit of a recluse, but he's definitely brilliant. If anybody's going to know about any of this weapony, finicky stuff, he's gonna be the one."
Thank you for the raid,
Sounds
Goblin
like fun.
Tuesday.
Ooh.
Oh,
Hello.
hello. Welcome on in.
Thank you for the follow, Ollie the Octopud.
Thank you.
Hey, glad to have you with us.
Our party is currently split across the city of Somnacia, so we are doing little vignettes. You're
Yep,
currently on
everybody
Magnus looking
saw-
to make a Magitech blunderbuss.
Yep, everybody saw the city. We got to the gate, and then like pellets from a shotgun went everywhere.
In my defense, I'm actively being hunted, so.
So you make your way to his shop, yes?
Yes, yes, I will. I will definitely make my way to.
So
Was it Fizzlewick or Thistlewick?
fizz, like fizzy
Fizzlewick,
drink,
okay, yeah, yeah.
Fizzlewick Gear Spring. I can
Fizzlewick
post
Gear
that in
Spring.
the chat. Probably a good idea, isn't it?
Fizzlewick.
Invisible Wick.
I like this man already. He sounds like my type of people.
So you make your way, and it's kind of out of the way. And it's a very relatively nice-sized shop. It's one of the few that are actually enclosed. Like most of the night market is open-air stalls or things that can be closed and like brought home or whatever. There are a few shops that are like full buildings, and his is one of the few ones. And when you walk into the door, there's a tingle of a bell, but it's quite like metallic, almost like a chime without a chime. And when you look, there's not actually anything really there. But it is cluttered with gears, runes, pieces of like parchment strewn around with different diagrams. There's in the back half, there's a large workbench, and behind the workbench, like the workbench is covered in stuff. Behind the workbench, if I click this,
Behind
does
the
it show you guys?
Ooh,
Yes.
yes.
Is
Nice.
a older rock gnome. He's quite old. He's got deep lines etched in his skin. Around his eyes, he's got these magnificent magnifying glass that have multiple layers, different colored glass inserts. There's one insert that doesn't seem to be glass. It seems to have like a button, and you probably have seen these before where it has like they hit the button and a film of some sort of magic goes across it. He's looks like the picture, but he looks up at you with these magnifying glasses, and his eyes are like big bug-eyed, and he looks at you and goes, what do you need? It's almost time to close shop. I don't have time for this. Can't you see I'm in the middle of something? And then he does a double take and he looks at you and he goes, are you big or is it just my glasses? He does not go to remove the glasses.
That's what she said, but okay.
This guy is fantastic already. Wow, sorry. Blech. Again, I'm trying to do a new voice for him, so I'm sorry.
No judgment. Whatever comes out
My
is good.
apologies. I did not mean to disturb you. I have a question, if you don't mind. And everyone around the market told me that you were the only one that was worth any time. I'm trying to take this, and I bring up my blunderbuss, and infuse it with a few magical properties. I'm trying to, as I've seen around this continent, turn it into what's known as a Magitech blunderbuss. And I was hoping that you might have some components or know where to source some.
He looks at you and he goes, One, do you always talk that slow, or are you just gonna waste my time with that slow talking? Little bit of speed? Much appreciated. I'm busy. Second, do you actually have a plan and a diagram that you want to follow, or are you just gonna try and shove magic into this and think, oh, it's gonna work? Because that's not gonna happen. It'll just explode. Although there are ways you can make it work, but
I have a few ideas, and I'll pull out like a couple like sheets of paper that I have some rough drafts on. That like I don't have fine details because I don't know the actual components. But again, rough drafts, and I'll lay them out before him.
sure. He flips his glasses to a different setting, and he looks at it and goes, crude, uninspired. You can't put this here. That's not going to work. And you need to get... let me find it. You need to get a flawed Umbrous Crystal. A perfect one is never going to work. So scratch that. That's stupid. No, you can't use copper. It has to be silver spun arcane wire. Specifics, please. There's one more thing you would need. Your ideas are rudimentary. But if we switch this and flip this here, and he starts scribbling on your schematics, and he says, okay, you need a flawed Umbrous Crystal. They're a little hard to find because everybody wants the regular ones. So they kind of just throw them out and then they get chucked, not realizing that they can be used for other things, not just scrying, the stupid idiots. Like I said, you need the spool of silver spun arcane wire. Has to be silver, has to be spun, has to be arcane wire. If it's anything else, you'll explode. It is the safety mechanism. The last thing you need is a vial of refined quicksilver. Quicksilver. I try and talk too fast, sometimes it doesn't work. This will regulate the energy flow. Your silver wire will make it safe to travel between your lenses and your firing mechanism and your Umbrous Crystal. The crystal focuses but also has a crack, so then it can go boom. So,
this is my favorite character of the campaign.
So, you have two options. I don't know what you are. You have two options. You can buy all these things. You have to find them. I don't have them because, well, I have the silver arcane wire. That's it. I don't have a crystal or the quicksilver. I've used the last of it, so you're gonna have to find that. But so you can find the components. You can try and make it yourself. It's possible. It's gonna take you a long time. You might want to buy extra components because you've never done it before. Or you can hire yourself. Well, no, other way around. You can hire me. We can work together. I can teach you how to do it. We'll cut down the time, make it easier. You'll learn. You can make another one some other time.
That sounds fantastic. I need the Umbrous Crystal and refined Quicksilver. Okay,
I can tell you where to go.
please.
If you go down to Madame Zeltera, she is a hoodoo doo-doo. Ooh, I'm going to sell you things that make you be able to see the future. Go talk to her. She's a nut bar. She might have one. She sells the arcane crystals, right? So she might have an old, broken one. She might let you have it. She might charge you for it. I don't know. I have silver spun arcane wire. You were very lucky, because I just got some, and then I was gonna make something with it, but then I got stuck doing this other thing, and now it's just been sitting there for a week. So, whatever.
Yes, I know that feeling. When there's so many ideas that just come into your head, and it gets so hard to lock down on one.
Yeah, it's a lot. But last thing, refined Quicksilver. If you go to Dream Spinner's boutique, find Master Phileas Moss Bottom. He should have that. It's like Dream Potion or something, component. If you find that, find him, and then come back tomorrow. Because I'm closing shop. Because this is the night market, but I'm tired. So, anyway, come back tomorrow. We'll talk about it. We'll figure it out. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. We won't explode. We might, but we won't.
That would just be a learning experience. All right, so I will thank him and head out and try to find. It was Mistress Zerelda, or I probably got that wrong.
Zeltara. Yeah, Madame
Zeltara, yeah.
Zeltara.
Yeah. I don't know why my brain was going Zelda, and I was like, no.
So she
Zeltara.
has. She's
Remember
actually
the other
close.
guy.
She's in the night market.
Spot up.
At the Astral Hourglass.
Yep.
And then Phileas
And
Moss
Phileas
Bottom
for the refined Quicksilver.
has the refined refined Quicksilver.
Think a
Yeah, so
galaxy
I would.
fest for the raid.
Ooh!
Damn, that's two
Look at
in
all
one,
these
y'all.
raids tonight. Hello.
Welcome, welcome.
We
We just heard
are
about a guy called Boss Bottom.
Moss Bottom, not Boss Bottom.
Boss
Moss-
Bottom.
He would be.
That bottom is the bottom of all of Somnacia. That's Somnacia's ass.
We are currently in the city of Somnacia, the city of dreams. The party has split their party, so we are doing little vignettes. We are currently on Magnus, who is trying to find components to make a Magitech blunderbuss. And he met Fizzlewick, who is a eccentric, reclusive rock gnome.
He's basically me if I had a workshop.
And actually knew what he was doing, apparently.
No, not a clue. But no, if I had a workshop.
So
Yeah, so I would.
the Astral Hourglass you could hit tonight. The Dream Spinner's boutique you would have to hit tomorrow.
Yeah, so I would head over for the Astral Hourglass.
So the Astral Hourglass is one of those quintessential hooty doody voodoo palm reader places. You walk into the tent, it's like all decked out. There's shelves and stuff, also with different crystals and crystal balls and potion that like fizzle and fog and bubble. And sitting behind a table with a big glass ball, crystal ball, is a human woman. She's surprisingly young. She's probably around like 25, but decked out in the whole regalia, and she looks at you and goes, "Oh, a new customer. Come in, I was expecting you."
One of these types.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll step in and nod my head. Hello, Mistress Zerelda. I was told you may have a cracked umbra crystal.
Hmm.
Do you happen to have any in hand?
Why would you want a cracked umbrous crystal? Those aren't good for channeling the psychic energies.
I don't need it for psychic energies. I'm trying to use it for a technological invention, creation.
I see. You're a little bit more on the brains and not as much open with the third eye, I take it. That's fine. I do have one. I was just going to sell it to the next person that comes in, but clearly you need it a little bit more. I could sell that to you for 30 gold pieces. She's very placid and
Okay, right.
calm.
30. Now I need to open my character sheet, see how much gold I have. Where is my token?
I just want to see the guy who never plays a charisma character try to haggle.
I know.
I'm
Okay, well,
interested
I
to
can't
know if he's
open my
going to try and
character sheet.
hackle.
Oh,
Can't?
you can't?
Oh,
Yeah.
Make sure you're not typing in chat.
here, it might just...
No, I'm on the actors tab, and I'm on a different tab, and not in chat.
Press C.
Yeah, that didn't work.
Try...
I
So
tried,
you know
I
where
tried
your
that
token
first,
is?
and then I tried to double click on my token, and that didn't work either. I'm gonna try a refresh.
You
Let me
do
check
that.
something. No, it's my fault.
Ah,
Oh, no,
well,
it's not
I'm
my
already
fault. Never
refreshing.
mind.
Never admit it's your fault.
Well, I thought I didn't have him set as owner, but I do. So
It's probably
It's
just like
always my fault.
that's correct. Wimble, how dare you?
can everybody else open their character sheets?
Yep.
Ah, there we go. I got it.
Okay.
Yep.
I just did a refresh, and now it's working.
Okay.
How much gold do I have? Not a hell of a lot. Yeah, so the magic. This is going to be fun because I have -1 to charisma.
Sorry, what check are you trying to do?
Well, if you want me to try to persuade, that's charisma.
Well, I mean,
So
are you trying to haggle? Are you trying to find out if she's trying to fleece you? Like, what is it? Are you
Yeah,
going to
well,
just take her at her
first off-
word?
first off, I'd like to do an insight because it's a cracked crystal, and they're usually junked. From what I've been told, so I think she's trying to fleece me.
Sure.
We'll
Roll
see
an
how this
insight.
goes. This is a +4.
She's
10.
very if she is trying to fleece you, she's really good at putting on a face, or she could just be, this is the price she charges. She's a very calm, stoic. There's no outward expression. She's very sure of that you were supposed to come in here and buy this crystal, and that's the price she thought you would pay.
Uh-huh. Well, mistress, I've been told that these cracked crystals are not exactly highly sought after. Is there no way you could take some a little bit less? Unfortunately, my pockets are a little light at the moment.
See, the
Would you
problem
take-
with that, dear, is a full crystal is 60 gold pieces. This one, even though it is imperfect, there are people that buy it. I had someone lined up. You came in first. You clearly need it more than they do.
I see. Well, maybe you could help me out just a little bit, just to help my knight. Would you at least do 25?
Persuasion.
You got this, buddy.
Give
Here
me
we
the
go with my
vibes.
-1. For hey, it was better than the last one. A 16.
She looks at you and goes, well, the fates do tell me that you desperately need it. That it is imperative for the constructions that you will be making and the efforts you will be making in these desperate times that are coming. I suppose I could do 25 gold pieces for this.
Much appreciated. And I will count out some coins and hand them over.
Would you like your fortune read?
I suppose. Why not? My future is uncertain at the moment. So I would be curious to see what you could tell.
So, I have a varied scale. Where'd it go? Of prices. I know you're a little bit short on cash today, so I have a couple of options. They range anywhere from 5 to 70 gold pieces, depending on the service you wish. Quick reading is 5 gold pieces. A standard reading is 30 gold pieces, 35 gold pieces, and an in-depth consultation is 70 gold pieces.
Well, the only one I can afford on hand is the quick reading at 5 gold pieces. Unfortunately, the rest of my funds I must use to complete my project.
Understand. Please have a seat. She does the whole, have a seat. She says, is there anything specific you had in mind that you were searching for an answer for? I can direct it, the flow of energy, or I can see what the Umbrus field wishes to impart to you.
I am looking for a group of people. I don't have a full name for their group, just something about the dawn, I believe. And they seem to be taking people. If you could tell me anything about them, that would be highly appreciated. As right now I am grasping at straws.
I see. Well, place your hands on the base of the crystal, like so, and she demonstrates. And when you do that, she waves her hands around the crystal, and she does some minor chanting, and there's smoke starts to billow in the crystal, and she peers in. She she looks in. I see there is a group of people here. They have an interesting symbol on their clothing, a sunburst with stars around it. It looks, from what I can see, the people with them are willing, but there are some shadows in behind them that you might want to be careful of. Shadows are either good or bad. Sometimes what we don't see is there to help us. Sometimes it is there to manipulate us. But they are here. You'd have to find them, I think. It seems here I can see. Check with the Temple of Miravel. They possibly have gone inquiring there.
That is very helpful.
If you have anything else you wish to know, please feel free to come back, or if you have friends, let them know that my services are available. I am less expensive than some of the others, but just as good.
Well, the information you have given me has already been very appreciated. Has given a very good direction to go to. Unfortunately, I must leave you for now, and hopefully we'll meet again in the future.
I look forward to the next time you grace my tent.
Alright, so I will step out and
Roll me a
seeing
perception check.
Okay. I am better at those. Watch as I roll it at 1. Oh, no, I got a 10. Okay, 16 total.
16. As you're leaving, just before the tent flap closes, a sly little smirk. You can see just the hint of a sly little smirk.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Yeah, she made some money off me. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and at this point, there's nothing else open to get the other thing you need. Do you make your way back to the Crescent Moon Cantina? Or do you go somewhere else?
Yeah, because I'm not taking the random, oh, hey, buddy. Taking the random hole in the wall for the night. And the cantina's the last place I saw anybody before I got abandoned, so.
You make your way there, and the bartender, you can rent room. There's nobody has come back, and if you ask, they haven't come back. But yeah, you can take your long rest as your night comes to a conclusion. Wimble.
So I'd just go back to my room and I'd start working on the diagrams, trying to dial it in.
Perfect. Taking some of his suggestions to heart.
Mm-hmm. Using his ideas for inspiration.
Yeah, and it's probably too, like, when you look at these diagrams and actually study them, it is very clear that this man knows exactly what he's talking about. Like, some of the work he does rivals or is better than your mentors.
Yeah, makes sense. That's the kind of vibe that I was getting, because true masters don't care about order and discipline. It's chaos, because it's just like your mind.
Alright, Wimble. You separate from Sev and Pippin after apologizing, and they leave. You were going to make your way to the temple. Is that still what your plan is?
Yeah, I think that would be my plan for this evening.
Sure. So you make your way to the temple district, to the Temple of Marivel, which, out of all of the temples, is the biggest, and it has a much bigger complex than some of the other ones. It's very clear that this is the main temple for, like, the main religion of this city. Marivel is definitely the patron god of this section of the world. You make your way in. I don't have a full description, but it's like you enter the temple grounds. There's different gardens, walkways. There's places for, like, observing the heavens and meditation. There's the regular quarters for priests and scribes and all of that. And then there's the main temple where a lot of the worship happens, as well as like your main library and your heads of the temple or higher ups kind of congregate. What would you like to do?
I would like to go and find oh my god, what's her name? Moonstreak. Yeah.
So, if you ask around, because she's not right there, but at this time of night, you find like a wandering scribe, and if you say who you are and you ask for Moonstreak, they do point you in the direction of one of the meditation chambers, just off the main court, like the main temple. It's one of the ones that it's like a living room size room, so like, I don't know, 40 by 40 ish. Is that a living room size?
It seems a little bit big, but not,
30 by 30?
Yeah.
Round, lots of different soft benches, some soft pillows. There's different, like, foliage that is like potted foliage, and then on the ceiling is like a star map motif with gentle, like, all of the stars have a gentle flicker to them, like magical flicker to them, and she is curled up in a corner. Well, there's no corners. In a section with a kind of like a pillow nest around her that she's like built up and is just kind of lounging. Where is she? Moonstreak. She is Moonstreak. She's quite tall, striking elven woman. Very lean and athletic. She's usually quite battle ready, but right now she's nice and relaxed. She's got short cropped copper hair, very practical for when she's doing different things, and very intense amber colored eyes when they're open. Right now she's quite relaxed and, meditating or sleeping. Who knows? Well, she's an elf. She doesn't sleep. She trances. She might be trancing. She does not notice you.
Hello, beautiful. It's good to see you again.
She opens her eyes and looks at you. It's been a while, Wimble. What brings you back? It is good to see you.
It is great to see you.
Have you settled at all since leaving?
No,
That's too bad.
but I have found some fine people to travel with.
To travel with or to try and fix? She just kind of like looks at her fingers, looks back at you.
A little bit of both.
Hmm.
A lot of the second.
Would you call them friends? Or at least some of them?
Yeah, I think we're getting there.
A little word of advice. Let them help fix you too. It's not all on you.
Real quick, thank you, quest accepted for the raid.
Wow. Hello?
Third one of the day, yo.
Wimble's getting dressed down, and he gotta take a little quick break there.
All right.
Wow. This is
Welcome. There is a
like best
hot
night
elf lady.
ever. There's a hot elf lady. Do you need the picture again?
I still have it up.
They need the picture.
Oh, you still have it up.
Yeah, I still have it up.
Yeah,
on that
never
one.
took it off.
10 out of 10 would highly recommend.
For this session, we are currently in the city of Somnacia, City of Dreams. The party has split, so we are doing little mini vignettes. Currently, we are with Wimble, our resident whore, who has gone to the Temple of Marifel to talk to one of his...
That delivery was so good.
God damn.
Fucking-
God
Sorry.
damn. Wimble, our resident whore.
I'm sorry. Did we reset the sorry counter? I think we needed that too. Oh, fudge. Huh. For any of you that don't know, I'm Canadian and I say sorry way too often. So we count, because why not? Don't drink, because you might end up with alcohol poisoning.
Yeah.
Although tonight's not been
Or
too
would
bad.
you?
Yeah. Ooh, hydrate.
But I'm putting in a hydrate because everybody's getting thirsty up in here.
All right.
Don't say shit like that when we just put water in our mouths.
That's why I waited until I was not drinking.
Well,
Alright, so we just finished with possibly let them help you too.
well, we'll get to that when the time comes. Right now, I think they need it more than I do.
That's
There's,
debatable.
Well, the beauty and beholder and gems and things, the saying, whatever it is.
Yeah. I understand.
There's did a weird cult following like the sun and like 8 other stars come through here.
I mean, I've heard of a group come in. I don't know if they're a cult. They call themselves the Dawn of the Nine Stars.
Well, we've been through a few places that they've been recently, and one of the more concerning was not in my notes, was a, I look at the world map, crossing back at Moonrise Crossing. They left some magic there that kind of took away people's wilder inhibitions. Particularly, I met a real strong-looking, angry type fella that was supposed to be real good at arm wrestling, but just couldn't, couldn't get that anger going, and felt like a magical influence, which, unfortunately, I did also recently use magical influence to force one of my friends who didn't want to drink, and I kind of feel terrible about that, but this was on a grander scale and a bigger
You
problem.
can't drop that and just expect to not talk about that. What? We've had conversations about this, Wimble. You can't control people. And drinking? Seriously, you wanted somebody to drink after what happened?
We don't need to talk about that right now.
I don't force people to drink. And does that mean you're still drinking?
I, from time to time, have had a drink here or there. Not too much, though.
Be a deception check. Because that's a
You freaking liar.
bold-faced lie.
Come on, dice, don't fail me. It's a 15.
Oh, no.
She's also a priest.
She sighs. If you're gonna lie, you need to get better at it.
Well,
and if you're going to own it, I know we talk about not drinking, but lying about it isn't going to help anybody. And you're still a really bad liar. You know I can see through all of this.
it's been a couple years, so I'm just trying to put on a good impression. I apologize.
Well, I guess we can talk about this Dawn of the Nine Stars. What you're saying about them kind of tracks. They go against our beliefs. Miraval's tenants. They seem to want to help people that are afraid, especially right now with everything that's going on. They want to try and help take those fears away. Help people, but putting a spirit in a gilded cage is still caging them. It's not freedom. Just because you've taken their fear doesn't mean they're free. Personally, I would keep an eye on them, but also some people seem to appreciate what they're doing. But as far as I know, they have petitioned to open a temple. So they're, I don't know, following old gods or new gods or gods from other planes. But whoever they're following definitely has power.
I definitely think it would negatively impact the city. There's also that Starfall Crossing. they did what the people were calling a minor miracle, but they basically took the fish's ability to protect itself away. They were just basically jumping onto the hook. Almost didn't even need bait.
That's strange. But I guess also if you have a group of people that need food or something to ply, then it does make sense.
But well, in the amount we're talking, took away the fun, the reward of fishing.
Hmm.
There was no skill to it, no chase, no.
Right. So definitely against our tenants.
Yeah.
Real quick, weren't those conjured fish? Because someone went into the river and checked it out, and that wasn't just the fish were throwing themselves at it. Somebody would cast, and then the fish would appear and then throw itself onto the hook.
So the piranhas
And
and the
they were conjured
crocodiles
fish.
were conjured. Fish.
No, the fish were conjured too.
Oh.
When Sev, I don't know if Sev told everybody, but when Sev was investigating, I'm pretty sure he's the one that discovered it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because he said something about the magical fish or something.
Yeah.
I remember him coming back and talking about it.
Oh, seems like a lot of effort to take away people's freedom while giving them the illusion that they're free.
So then, I think the big question now for us, more than anything, is what is it they get out of it? Why? What do they get in exchange for these minor miracles if people ask for this or they don't ask for it and they get it?
New
They-
followers is what we've noticed. A lot of people leaving town, not saying much to their friends and family, following this group.
I do know the couple of days they've been here, people are flocking to them. They are going to get approval for a temple. They've proven divine intervention. Well, divine magic anyway. Not necessarily divine intervention, that's a little steep. They claim it's a god, or gods. I think it's a pantheon? No. A group of gods? I don't know.
A church that follows the sun in the city of Twilight just doesn't seem right.
Stars. It's stars. The dawn of stars.
Hmm.
It's I think their tenet is the birth of 9 new stars. At least from what I've been able to determine.
Feels a lot like my vision.
Vision? You didn't lead with that?
The dream. I told you about it before I left.
Oh. Okay, yeah, never mind. That was a long time ago. That was a year. Come on.
It's 2 years. Been a long time.
2 years.
We should
Jesus
catch up.
Christ. Well, we should. I mean,
I'm in town.
I was just about to go to my chambers if you wanted to reacquaint.
I would love that if first you would accompany me to the Twilight Garden so I can visit.
It gets
I got a letter.
kind of somber. It has been a while, hasn't it?
It has.
We should definitely go. You should go and see them. I'll go with you.
It'd mean a lot to me.
While you're having the conversation with her, and you start to head to the Twilight Gardens, we're gonna cut back to our fire. You wait the requisite time. You know that they were gonna come at like just after dark,
Mhm.
and you come back around midnight-ish, because you also know that they won't come out if you are anywhere close. And you find a note quite hidden with instructions to go to the shifting stall in the night market. And that it will be open until... The shifting stall will be open until dawn. Like, it's an all-night shop.
Makes sense for the night market.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna crumple that paper. Finally. I'm gonna head
So
to the night market.
perfect. Using the rolls from before, you are able to stealthily make your way through. Once you get to the night market itself, I'm going to need you to do a charisma check of your choice to try and make it to the stall specifically.
I'm gonna go with intimidation. Don't mess with me kind of vibes, you know?
Yep.
Or I can do persuasion if that makes more sense.
No, I mean, how would you describe intimidating without being caught?
Very much that stick to the shadows, but if anybody does happen to look at her, there is very much, the hood over the thing, the very slow, deliberate way of like Winter Soldier walking kind of situation going on. Like, do not mess unless,
Yeah, I'll take it. Easy.
23.
People are terrified. It's like the Great Sea parts for your... Anytime you need to come out into the open, everybody just is like, that one's scary as fuck, man. We aren't going there. And you make your way to the shifting stall. It's a quite cluttered shop selling old trinkets, illusory charms, and other oddities. And when you enter, you see they are an androgynous they appear to be like an elf, quite androgynous. You can't tell male, female, and every time you look, something is slightly different. Oh, sorry. You also would have been given a password to give to the person you enter too. I missed that. I have the
Can I
password.
just say, I love this city.
When you got your little message, it said to ask for a forgotten dream. So you enter it in this very androgynous, beautifully handsome person, long, well, not long, but like black, kind of bone straight hair. Could be young, could be middle-aged, hard to tell. They are very like pale, and like I said, every once in a while you get this hint of something slightly changed, like the pointiness of the ear is now not quite as pointy, or like a cheekbone is like slightly raised and then it goes back down the next time you look. And they just look at you and say, what can I give for you today? Do you have anything in particular?
You got anything like a forgotten dream?
Their smile widens. Ah, you are the one that... yes. Come in. The back room, this way, please. And they lead you through an opening, and then behind that opening, very clearly from the outside, it wasn't there. You go through this opening, and it is a beautiful, open concept, like living room area that has shelves all the way around, filled with scrolls, filled with different data tablets and picture projection equipment, and they gesture you in. There's really nice like chairs and stuff, and go, well, what can I do for you? You you said it was urgent.
Yes, in this city. I'm wanted, as it were, and I need to move around. I have another mission. I need to find a different face.
I see. You are our fire, I take it.
That would be me.
She looks you up and down. This disguise is not bad, but definitely a cloak and attitude is not going to help you from those that are searching for you. But I could part with an enchanted garment that will help change your appearance, or perhaps a charm to soften your features, make you look different. But these things aren't cheap. I would. Perhaps you could do something for me.
All I got on me is 60 gold. But
Oh yes, these
gotta
things
do a
are.
favor.
Yes, the 60 gold is not very much, and you're going to need it. With the things after you, you will need to find. Well, you will need your gold. So perhaps you could do something for me.
As long as it doesn't involve kids.
I would
Pretty much up for
never.
anything.
Well, unless it was to go and save some children.
Well, that is, yeah.
Freedom and all of that. We don't need any children held captive. That would be bad. Yes. Well.
And, our fire, nice to meet you.
Oh, yes. I knew you were our fire after you took your hood down. I am Whisper. I collect the whispers, and I sometimes distribute them. For the right price. Or for another member of the faith, of course.
Glad to see the lady has influence here.
Of course. There is a rival for the information business. Perhaps you could liberate them of something for me, and then I can give you the charm. Well, I might have to give you the charm for this liberation. It will be, of course, spelled that if you do not bring back the thing I need liberated, it will come back to me. But it makes no sense to send you when there are people after you, and you cannot be.
You have my word. I will return.
There is an they are a noble. They are quite prestigious. They think that their station allows them some privileges. It does not. They have something that I want very badly. They have a ledger book that has sensitive information that cannot be put into the wrong hands. You understand this, yes? If you could bring that to me, you may have, of your choice, either the glamoured garment or the charm. The
This
charm
noble,
may be easier.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of going for. Garments you can buy and sell.
Yes, very, very true. And the garments only change what you are wearing. The charm can make you look a little different.
That's what I might need around here. This ledger, what does it look like? Anything special I need to look
It is
out
not. It is very, very plain, which will, in and of itself, make it very obvious, because a nobleman's house. It's small, about this big, like whatever, 6 inches. Very small. It's very deceptive as well. It is black with some old parchment that may or may not be made of flesh. I'm not sure. So, probably best to not open it. I'm interested to see, though, if this man opened it. That would be very funny.
Well, I'll do my best to find out.
If you go to the Nobles District and find House Varian, probably should spell that for you.
Just a little bit.
And I'm not sure where he would keep it, though.
I'll figure it out. Is there a timeline for this?
I mean, it's already very late, so bring it back to me by tomorrow night. I will be here. I mean, I will be here during the day too. I just don't want to open my doors. But if you come at night, when the doors are open, I will know it's you. Come in. We will talk. And then you may keep your charm. If you do not come by midnight tomorrow night, the charm will return to me. Kind of like a Cinderella thing. Have you heard this story?
Yeah, they used to tell it to us on the streets.
Very interesting. Any other questions before you go? Do you need anywhere to hide out? You could have a sleep here.
Oh. I might go and meet with some co-workers and see if I can get some movement on this fella in the morning.
Very good idea. You may, if they help you with this, I would be inclined to, if it makes it so it is easier that you are not seen or caught, because if they find out we are after the ledger, that is bad. If they help you with this, I could probably give them a little bit of coin to help with their time and effort.
Oh, they'll definitely appreciate that. I'll let them know.
Wonderful. Is there anything else you have questions about?
None for me. I'll get the job done. Thank you.
Wonderful. I am surprised you do not want to know who is hunting you, but that's okay. It's up to you.
You know this information and you would part with it for free?
Well, this information is fine. I do not want a member of the clergy hunted, ever, but by this individual would be very bad.
I do appreciate it if you would let me know.
His name is Grak Stonefist. Grak Stonefist. Let me put that into chat for you. I'm not sure where this accent came from, but it is very fun.
I love it. Keep going.
Grak is a powerful half-orc. He is a mercenary who is known for bounty hunting. He is quite large, but he is not very subtle. He tends to just go into places, make himself very scary, and then they tell him what they want to know. So, this is why you need to not be looking like you do. But I do believe he is staying. Where did it go? He is. The last I heard, he is in the Rusty Flagon by the docks. So I am a little bit surprised you didn't run into him while you were trying to find us. But he is very scary, and he is looking for orc. So if you can change your appearance to not be orc, probably a good idea.
I appreciate all the support.
Oh,
And
one other thing, he has very, very scary scars on his. And then
on
when
his
when you look, when he does this, the scars appear on his face, and then he's like this, and then they disappear.
that's fascinating talent.
It's genetics. They're wonderful things.
Changeling.
Oh,
God damn, it got hotter. Holy shit.
Hence the androgynous.
I know.
They do not want to be tied to one specific thing.
They're so goth.
They are fantastic.
You can't do this
Are
to me,
you
Amber. You can't do
sure?
this to me.
Are you sure this guy isn't part of the Temple of Mirabelle?
Nope. They're
No,
part of
he is
Thesis.
not.
They're mine.
Yeah,
Tell
no,
him
just
stick his
saying.
nose out of it.
No, just saying that the whole don't want to be tied down. It's like, well,
No,
The shadows.
you need to be able to blend in, my dude. You want to not be seen.
I do.
uh,
Dude.
sorry, my hippo-ness doesn't really blend in too well.
do you know where your acquaintances are?
I can't say that I remember, but they probably wouldn't have traveled far where I left them.
You would know
they
that I
look
would
like?
probably be staying at the temple.
Chances are either the Temple of Mirabelle or one of the taverns.
Mm. What did your party look like?
Well,
Anything specific?
There was that gnome, pretty famous around here, Wimble.
Oh, yes, that one. I'm
Well, one of
surprised
them
he
is
came
a
back.
hippo.
Yep. Okay, that one I know where he
Yep.
is. He's very, very distinct.
That, yeah, and not subtle at all.
No. Why would you have to have all of those big guns? That's stupid.
Yeah,
You're
I only have one right now.
like,
And it's
they're
so
too loud. They're too loud. You cannot go anywhere, and you might want to make sure he knows not to be loud when you go to the noble's house. That would be very bad. Also, he's at the Crescent Moon Cantina.
Oh.
Which
You
is
have
just
been
over there, actually. Not very
so
far.
helpful. If you need anything else done in the city while I'm here, I would do it
Oh.
free of charge.
Of course, I already knew this. This is why I'm being helpful. Also, if you find any interesting information, I will love it.
I will be on the lookout. Thank you, Whisper.
You're welcome. He passes you over a charm, and basically you can slightly change your appearance, skin tone, like bone structure. You could disguise your like your tusks if you have tusks. You can't change your height or anything, but you can change your facial features.
I think I will go humanoid if I can. Just basic human.
Perfect.
Short cropped hair.
I will at some point make you a item for this.
Okay.
It is going to be called the Gem of the Changeling.
Oh.
Because may as well. Yeah, so you finish up with them, and then are you gonna go to the temple or the Crescent Moon Cantina?
I'm gonna go to the Crescent Moon Cantina. It's right next door.
Perfect. So you start making your way there. Get some rooms. Nobody that you know is out there is in like the common room, but it's also really late. So there are some people because you are just beside the night market, so people come in all hours of the day and night to get like refreshments and stuff. But yeah, you make your way there.
Good lady. Is there a hippo around here? my friend. I'm looking for him.
Oh. Yes, we do have a hippo. He is in room 3 on the 3rd floor.
Thank you very much.
Oh, I was not supposed to tell anybody that.
Don't worry, we are very good
Please.
friends. He will not. It is a good thing. Thank you.
You're welcome. This is a fairly young, woman that is probably. She gets the short shift, like the shit
Mhm.
shift. And she's like, shit. I'm not
I'm gonna
supposed to
slide
tell
over.
people.
I slide over 5 copper. I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm just here to go see my friend. I already know where he was.
Thank you. Yep. Pockets the copper.
I like how I'm just the hippo now.
Hey man, there aren't a lot of gifts around here.
All right. So you make your way up to room 3 on the 3rd floor.
Knock, knock, knock. Hello?
After hearing the voice, you'll hear a little bit of, almost like a startled shuffle, like, huh? As I scoot back a chair and you hear some papers ruffling real quick, and then I'll walk over to the door and open it up slowly.
I'm gonna look at you and very pointedly show the short sword and the whip on my belt hidden under the cloak and say, "Where's everybody else?"
That is a very good question. I do not have the answer.
Great. Call me
And
Val, and that is all
I'll
you know
step-
about me from here on
Yeah.
out.
I'll just step back and, arm in, come inside.
I come inside.
Better to talk behind
$500
at least
bounty.
something of a
It's
door.
great.
Yes. So, you've been busy.
Well, yes, I have 500 gold bounty. I have a 500 gold bounty on my head. I needed to find
Yes.
a way to travel around here. They just left you?
Yes. We woke up. It's like we got here to the inn, we had a meal, and then everybody abandoned me.
Well, if I know anything about Wimble, he'll be at the temple. I have no way of tracking the other two, but I'm gonna fill Magnus in on my situation. Just be like, so I got this fancy magic charm thing, but I need to do a favor to pay it off.
Okay. And this noble house, is there a time on it?
I need to get it by midnight
would this
tomorrow.
take? By midnight. Okay. I have a little bit of shopping and work to do tomorrow, and if it's by midnight, I might be able to be ready. I'll have to see if how long it'll take to complete, so I can work on this. And I bring up my gun, which has a suppressor on it.
That's interesting. You added something new.
It's in progress, but it'll let me do more.
Just in case, I'll do some scouting in the morning, but I'm going to need some support if I'm breaking into a noble's house this quickly.
Yes. Not a problem. I would suggest probably in the quiet hours of the day.
That's
And
fine.
hopefully that would give me some time to get this complete.
Should we wait here tonight? Or...
I don't know of anywhere else to go, and seeing as this is the last place where I saw anybody, any of the others, I've just been staying here.
Okay, well, I need a bit of sleep. In the morning, we go find Wimble, and then We'll see about the other two if they show up.
That sounds fine enough. I have, like I said, a little bit of shopping to do in the morning. Go ahead, sleep on the bed. I'll be working. And you see like the table off in the corner with a chair pulled up to it, and like there's papers and like ink, ink scroll, and like there's some diagrams that have like some scribbles on it, and then a completely new diagram because that one got messed up. So
Just one smudge of ink.
so it's just work in progress stuff.
Arfire, make me a perception check real quick.
Okie dokie. Perception flat, because I got no bonuses, is a 13.
With the 13, you see all of his like diagrams and stuff, but you do notice some sort of round thing that it's almost like it's always there when he's tinkering or working on something, and it's just on almost being used as a paperweight. It's just a little odd that it's always there, but it's nondescript. Nothing's really.
What does it look like? Is it a rock? Is it a crystal? Is it a piece of wood?
So it's like about that big. It's combination of like crystal with some etching, very fine, and there's some natural like rock and stuff as well, but then there's small little pieces of like gears mixed in. Some of it looks, with a 13, some of it looks older than other pieces of it.
Magnus, what the fuck is that?
That's a it's a very good question. I don't have the answer.
You don't know what it is, and you just keep it around?
It has a purpose. I just don't know what that purpose is yet.
So it's a paperweight.
For the moment, it works very efficiently as well.
I'll never understand hippos. Well, I'm going for a nap. Don't stay up too late. In the morning, we gather the rest of these chuckle fucks.
Perfect. So you guys, you can take a long rest. We're going to cut to Pippin and Sev. Again, we're on a slightly different timeline. We are probably around 10 o'clock at night. Sun's been down for a while. You guys are searching for a Kender house. Pippin, how would you go about that?
Well, if I remember correctly, Miss Butterbarrel had a house near here. And Miss Butterbarrel loves giving food to everyone who shows up. And I want to see if she's not mad at me anymore.
Ooh.
That's an old buddy right there.
You see,
So,
she likes
question
giving
for
out.
you.
Yeah.
But that's somebody you made just now, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Just making sure.
Just make.
Okay. So you make your way to where Miss Butterball's house was.
Close enough.
I hear she has the best
Butterbell?
turkeys.
Butterbell?
Close. It doesn't even matter. Pippin probably got it wrong anyway.
You make your way to where you thought Miss Butterbell's house was.
Mhm.
Butterbell's? Whatever. And it looks slightly different. That Kender was a little bit, Butterbell is canon now. Was a little bit on the older side, but they, like, you walk up and the curtains are different. There are still curtains, but they're a different, like, hers were kind of frilly,
Mm-hmm.
like lacy. These
Uh-huh.
ones are quite a bit more chaotic. Like they're like royal blue with charms sewn into them.
Nice. I knock on the door.
You hear from behind the door, just a minute, I'm coming, just 1 second. You hear, and then some girl opens the door. She's quite a young, and it is a Kender.
Mm-hmm.
Let me find her picture. She doesn't have all of her like packs and stuff on her, but she's a small little Kender, about little smaller than you are. Quite frazzled hair with charms and bells all throughout. She's got tons of different pockets, and she looks at you and goes, "Are you my cousin? You could totally be my cousin. Please be my cousin. I want a cousin."
I probably am your cousin, to be honest.
I knew it. Did you want tea? It's a little late for tea.
I would love tea. It's never too late for tea.
Well then, come on in. I've got cookies also, and somewhere I have tea. I'm sure.
Do you mind if...
Possibly?
Oh, I am Pippin.
Hi, I'm Tess. Tessa. Tess?
Nice to
No.
meet you, Cousin Tessa. Do you mind if me and my
Tess.
friend Sev
Tess.
here... nice to meet you, Cousin Tess. Do you mind if me and my friend Sev, you're Tess, stay here for the night?
Heaven, Cess.
They're 100% not related. But all Kender are related. Oh, of course. I haven't had a tall person in here for a while, so you might have to duck.
Are you related to Miss Butterbell? She used to live
Well-
here.
She was my aunt's cousin, third time remove, best friend's wife.
Oh, so you're... Okay, makes sense.
She went wandering. I think she went to the center. I can't remember what it's called. The center city.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean. It's fine.
Yes.
Come on in. Come.
Alright, come on, Sev.
Imagine what a chaotic nightmare hedge a Kender's family tree is.
Especially because they make shit up as they go.
Imagine the family reunion, dude. Imagine the family reunion.
Those are called kinder parties, and they happen whenever the city organizes it.
Right?
And they all get thrown into prison for a day.
Her house is surprisingly well organized. She's got shelves and cabinets and bins. So like there's no real clutter on the main part of the floor. She puts things in places. They're not necessarily logical places, but they are away. And the living room is quite sweet. Like it's very clear that the living room furniture was from Butterbell. She kind of inherited it, but she didn't like the curtains, so she changed the curtains.
Mm-hmm.
And the furniture, unfortunately, Sev, is Kender size. She looks at you and goes, "I might have something big enough for you in the back room, but I can't lift it, so you're welcome to grab it. Also, I don't have a bed big enough for you, but if we pull like these 4 chairs together and lay them out, we could put pillows and blankets, and it'll be beautifully comfortable."
I mean, I could just sleep on the floor.
No! You can't just sleep on the floor. That's not how you treat guests. Tea, scones, no, cookies. I don't have any scones. The scones are gone. I ate them yesterday. You have to be able to sleep on something comfortable. That is the rules of hosting. We just
It is
have
the
to make
rules
it
now.
because I don't actually have a bed big enough for you. Come in. She goes and starts puttering in the kitchen and starts making tea. It is black tea with some honey and some spice added to it. It is actually quite good, but it is caffeinated. It is
That
not a nice
sounds
Earl Grey tea.
nice.
So much.
All right, I'm going in the back and I'll grab the chairs.
Okay. Have fun. Hey, you aren't going to be able to lift it either. We could probably lift it together, or your big friend could help, or all three of us could do it. That's the best idea.
Of course.
Yeah,
You went robot-y.
I could go get.
Sev turns into.
Sorry, that's something I told them. How about now?
You're good.
That's better.
Oh wait, sorry. I don't know what it was. I think. Yeah, no. I can go get it, or I can. I am okay sitting on the floor.
No. That's not how you host parties. Everybody gets a chair. I have one. I just need help bringing it out.
All right, show me where it is.
She like totters off, puts the tea on. So there's like the living room table, like coffee table. She puts the tea onto a round disc. It's like this thick, about that big. She puts a teapot on the round disc, and then each cup also sits on a round disc, and she hits a little like crystal on them, and then you see steam rising from the cups and the pot, and they are now going to stay at a nice, perfect tea temperature. As she like leads you into a back room. This room is cluttered. There's a lot of stuff, but she points you to a large chair. It's almost like a full chaise lounge made for like a 6 foot tall, 200-pound person. Chonky. She goes, see, now you see why I couldn't grab it, and we couldn't grab it, but I think all three of us could.
I think we can.
We're amazing.
Well, let's give it a shot.
Can both of you roll me athletics or straight
Gonna be
strength?
bad.
Such
Yeah.
strong pillow fort vibes going on. It's like get the chair, get the blanket, pillows everywhere. Done.
Oh,
Okay. Okay. Tass is not helping much. She is directing the flow. She is holding a cushion, and doing a little bit of a push. Pippin, you're helping a little bit more than her. You're able to like pick up a corner, but Sev, you're doing the majority of the work.
at least they didn't sit
This
on
is
it.
like every time I've helped my friends move.
Yeah. And you're able to bring it all out to the living room where there is a space that if she moves some stuff around, we can tuck the chaise into like a little area so that it's not completely taking up the whole space. She's like, just a second, and she goes and grabs some pillows, some blankets, makes you a little bed, and she's like, okay, I'm so excited to have guests. Hi.
Thank you for letting us stay here for the night. I'm going to be
course.
giving you one of my fun things I found on the road.
Oh, I love fun things. I could give you stuff too. Actually, you can just take something. I really don't have a stake in this game.
That is so fine. Anyway, and Pippin like looks through all his pockets and then he pulls out his rock that has a cork in it, and he sets it on the table and he says, "That I call my juice stone. You take out the cork and it just juice comes out and it tastes like good berries.
You're gonna get rid of your good berry?
This is for a cousin."
Okay.
Listen, I have a rule with these items, and is that unless it's like the wand of conducting is like a really really like built out magic item, my goal is to give these things away as much as I can.
That's
So that way
okay.
I just have a constant
Cut to 3 months from now when we're starving and freezing on the side of a mountain.
You know
And
what'd
we
be really good
remember
right now?
this moment. Remember that good berry stone, guys?
Or, you have no healing potions and the whole party's down except for him. And he could have saved you all with his little stone.
But Cousin Tess, we're gonna kill him.
It's fine. I put the juice stone on the
Oh, very interesting. She like uncorks it. You show her how to use it. She takes a drink. She goes, oh, pours it into her tea. Best day ever.
I don't even know where I got it, to be honest.
You never do. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm sure somebody just, lost it and we can't find who owns it. It's fine.
Maybe someday they'll show up. That would be such a
That's-
good day for them.
Right? And for us too. I always like returning things.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
You two are very high energy right now.
that's because my cousin is here. We are cousins, right?
Yes, we are
Cousins?
cousins.
Okay. As long as we're not siblings, that's fine. Because if I had forgotten my sibling, whew, my mama would have killed me.
Just to make sure, you didn't have a mom named Honey Twist, did you? Ophelia
No,
Honey
no.
Twist? Okay,
No,
good.
no, no.
We are not
No, I
siblings.
am a bright pocket. Yep. Anyway, I was just about to go to bed, but I could tell you a story. Oh, I love stories.
We've had a very big day. We had to fight some hobgoblins.
Ew.
It was awful. Like, really awful. So, if you don't mind, before we go to bed, I need to ask you a very big favor.
Okay.
Okay. Have you heard anything about a new religion-y people? They have, he pulls out the drawing of the elf that we got at the beginning of the campaign. This guy's leading it.
Mm-hmm.
They have like a weird starburst thing motif
I mean, everybody's
going on.
heard about them.
Can you tell us about it?
I can. So, like, the Starshiners, they are lovely, very polite people. One of them, a very tall man, elf, silver hair, gave a speech the other day. It was so inspiring. Bit long, so I got a little bored at the end. But I found this really beautiful silver button here. See this one? And
That is a
it
pretty
brings you
button.
luck. It's fantastic. Something about like, hey, we're gonna give you nice things. Join our religion. We love people. Everybody's calmer too. It's Mr. Grumblin is not so grumblin. Although
That
it is
is
kind of
so
boring
sad.
now.
Now, okay, here's the really big favor I need to ask you.
Okay.
I need you
I
to
thought that
spread
was-
it to a... Well, I mean, yes, but this is an even bigger favor because you do know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I need you to ask all the other cousins and aunts and uncles and all that to be very careful around these people.
Why?
Pippin's gonna fill her in about the missing people and the magic compulsions
Mm.
and
Mhm.
other things that we've come across, and how Pippin doesn't really like what they're doing, and he feels that there is nefariousness.
Interesting. So I understand that, but how are they missing if this girl you're looking for is here? Then she's clearly not missing because she's here.
You know where she is, but her family and the rest of her village doesn't know where she is. She's missing from there.
But can you honestly tell me your mother knows where you are? Mine doesn't. We all go wandering. It's not unusual.
Yeah, but apparently that's not normal for humans, right, Sev?
Sav's
She like looks
unconscious
at
in
you
the chair.
expectantly.
He's just
Okay, if Seb was awake, he would confirm it. But like, she hasn't even reached wandering age.
Oh. Well, that's interesting. But clearly she was with the nice man, so it can't be that bad.
Look, I'm not saying you have to like. I'm just asking to be a little cautious, okay? I'm worried.
Okay. You're worried.
And I'd hate for my new cousin to for anything bad to happen.
Okay. Well, I won't ask them for any favors then. And I will tell everybody I know not to ask them for favors. To avoid
You
favors.
are the best.
Maybe I can find something that they lost. That would be fun.
Anyway, thank you so much. Sorry for keeping you awake.
That's okay. She will lead you to her guest room, and she will... If Seb's laying on the couch, she will take the blanket, like, lift it up, tuck him in like a little burrito, and then she finds a little, like... She goes, like, puttering around, finds a little stuffed unicorn doll, and places it in the crook of his, like right here. She pats him on the chest and goes, "It's okay. Everything's going to be just fine. Because Molly here is going to protect you all night long." And then she shows you to the guest room.
Every traumatized person needs two Kenders around them, I swear.
And then you two can take a long rest.
May I roll on the Kinder item thing to see if I see anything interesting?
So you can roll twice for having walked through the city, and once for being in her house.
Whoa, man.
Gets
And for
another
those
good
of you
berry
that
stone.
have never seen this, I made a 100 variations of things that my Kender friend could randomly pick up. Some of them are useless, like a...
Oh, I don't know, a dried out frog wrapped in silk?
Yeah.
Alright, I rolled an 84, a 52, and a 22.
Yeah, so we got a wooden flute with one hole sealed shut. It's interesting. Dried out frog wrapped in silk, and a broken monocle missing its lens. So,
Great stuff.
some things on this list are worth money. Some things not so much. The one time he had a lucky tooth that turned out to actually be lucky.
Yeah, as it traveled its own way into my jaw, completed itself there, and
Yeah, that
then
was fun.
turned into dust.
This is true.
It tasted like cherries.
So I believe at this point we're going to walk back to Wimble, who... this is probably happening about the same time as Sev is going to sleep. You and Moonstreak make your way to the Twilight Garden. And the Twilight Garden is an open-air garden that is very beautiful and serene. And it's pretty much perpetually bathed in soft moonlight. At any time of day, no matter the weather, it is clear twilight. Outside of the garden, no twilight. Inside of the garden, twilight. It's filled with beautiful moonflowers that are in different celestial motifs, and there are different areas with some bushes, some that are like a single or two flowers. And if you were to look from above, which nobody currently is, but if you were, the garden itself looks like it has been arranged to carve in flowers and paths celestial motifs. You... Doop, doop, doop. The two of you make your way to a... where did it go? You make your way to a magnificent bush of moonflowers. It's quite a large bush that have petals of the deepest indigo, and they shimmer with like tiny silver lights, almost imitating constellations. And at the base is a small, probably like about this big, urn of dark polished stone, carved with Miravel's symbol of the crescent moon trailing the stars, and a flat stone engraved with Nyxera and Aurora Umbril wood. Your song echoes in twilight. And Moonstreak just kind of kneels down and places her hands very quietly and allows you to have a good visit.
So, Observer will kind of set down his backpack, clear his throat a couple times as he digs through and finds a letter he wrote recently. Pulls it out of his pack, and it's folded really neatly, which is kind of unusual for Wimble to do anything neatly. And then he'll kind of holding it, hasn't quite opened it yet, just look at the urn and garden and hey there, Nyx. Hey, Aurora. Daddy's back. I wrote you something. And then he'll open the letter and kind of read it. My beloved wife, 2 years feel like a blink of an eye, but I know that that is not an insignificant amount of time to an orc. When I left Somnacia a couple years ago, I made a promise to you and Aurora that I would seek a way to make amends for my shortcomings. I shared with you both the vision given to me by Miravel, and I believe I may have found those who will stand with me against the encroaching light. We've only been traveling together a short time since meeting in Dawn Hollow, but I believe in time they will prove to be great allies and even better friends. Among them is a young orcish woman named Arfire, who reminds me very much of you both. I met her just over a year ago and was surprised by how much she does remind me of you. You'd really like her, Nyx. She often lectures me when my revelry in the drink goes a bit too far. She has Aurora's sense of adventure and a temper that at times can rival only your own. She was an orphan, and I often feel the need to play the father figure role in her life, and it's my hope that I can guide her and keep her safe. Feels like a small penance to pay for my failures on both your and Aurora's behalf. One of my biggest regrets in life will always be my inability to have fixed things between us, overshadowed only by the accident that still haunts me every day. I hope you're enjoying your time with Aurora, and pray you find it in your heart to forgive me when I am finally able to join you both. Until that day comes, I will continue to serve Miravel in your honor as a means of atonement. Forever your loving, foolish husband, Thimble.
Fucking dick.
And he'll take the letter and just kind of tuck it in between a couple branches in the bush and just kind of stand there for a while.
So when you finish and you tuck that in, a couple of things happen. Moonstreak reaches over and just gives your shoulder a firm squeeze. Just to let you know that she's there. She hears what you're saying and is there to support you. When you release the letter into the bush, the flowers glow and tendrils from multiple different flowers go and pick up the letter and then kind of absorb the parchment, and then you can see a flash of starlight as the words of the letter trickle out onto the bush and then float up into the air, and you hear a soft sigh and a gentle "I love you, Daddy."
This session was, so high and jovial, and now Booty's just taking a knife to everybody's heart.
You piece of shit.
Wimble's just gonna sit down and cry and think about the 8 hours of pure torture he went through in the Murmuring Fens.
Yeah. Moonstreak won't interrupt, but she lends you her strength and her comfort where she can. If you'll let her, she'll pull you into a hug and probably cry with you because that was her best friend, and that was very heartfelt.
So he probably
And then-
stays about half an hour and then he just kind of follow Moonflower wherever. Or Moonstreak, whatever her name is.
Moonstreak, yeah.
There's Moonflowers, and I'm with Moonstreak.
She'll lead you to her rooms, and it's a very wholesome night. There's no funky business. It's more about healing and connection. But she big spoons you all night. And with her strong arms. And then you may take a long rest.
Oh, I made myself
as we
cry.
fade to black. There's no real need to fade to black
Yeah, I
on that
could
one
hear
because
it.
nothing's
Oh, that
happening.
was-
It's just the clock swipe. Morning happens. That's all.
Yeah, no,
So-
that was like you reading it. You could hear the emotion in your voice. Like,
Uh-huh.
nope, he's gone.
That was crazy. Holy
Yeah, no,
shit.
that was really good.
He deserves inspiration for that.
Yeah,
I
no,
think
you
so.
definitely
Yeah,
deserve
yeah, I
inspiration for
agree.
that. When he first sent me that letter, I said, "Oh, it's not that bad from our perspective." And then we went through the Murmuring Fen, and I had forgotten about the letter. And it was just like, "Oh, yeah, okay, that hits way differently after the Murmuring Fen." Yeah. Oh, man. That was good. That was perfect.
Woo!
So, we are going to cut back to morning. Wimble, you, after the big cry and the cathartic sleep, wake up fairly refreshed, especially after having heard your daughter say she loved you. Like, that, it's good to have that confirmation. And being where you are, it's true.
Mm.
Instinctually, you know that was your daughter speaking to you. There's no doubt. Do you want to do anything else at the temple before you go and meet up with the friends?
I would just tell Moonstreak that I have a friend that I'd really like her to meet. It's a strange kid with powers, and I get the feeling that terrible things have happened to him, and I maybe haven't done a good job of bridging that gap, but he needs some fixing, and I don't know what to do.
Well, bring him by anytime. I will do what I can.
Will do.
But yeah, he is welcome. You are welcome. Your friends are welcome anytime.
I'll go look for my friends now. Go
Perfect.
check the tavern. What's it called? Crescent Moon Cantina.
Awesome. So you start making your way there. And it's like first light, pretty early. Pippin and Sev. Pippin, you wake up like normal, happy. You didn't get any other dreams. Sev, you wake up to find yourself a burrito, and it's a very warm, comforting place to be. Like this, you probably haven't felt this good in forever. And there's a cute little stuffed unicorn been like lovingly placed on your chest. Cass comes in looking hella tired. She did not sleep very well.
Good morning. I think you all right?
I'm good. I should not have had the tea. Or I should have had the Earl Grey tea, which I found out afterwards, or remembered, does not keep you up at night. That was a little dumb. I'm gonna have another one of the one I had last night. Now, because I'm tired and I need to wake up. Because I need to go see what this announcement is. The Oracle announcements are usually boring, but sometimes they're cool. So I want to go see that at noon. But I need to wake up, and it's going to take me a while. She's going to start yelling, Pippin! You need to wake up!
I'm up. I was dancing. I'm up.
Oh. Okay. Dancing's fun too. And then she totters off to make some more tea.
Pippin
want-
totters in.
Do you want breakfast? I've got breakfast. I can make breakfast.
If you would make breakfast, we would never say no.
She starts puttering around in the kitchen, making French toast and
Yeah.
sausages and bacon, and yeah, she's got some honey. She's got some it's like a moonberry dressing. Quite interesting.
Sev, I like the unicorn.
Yeah. Yeah, it's different. It's actually kind of nice.
Now, you don't really know Kinder culture that much because it's a lot. But if you really like it, you can just take it.
Oh no, I couldn't do that.
Oh, well, you don't understand. She wouldn't have put it she wouldn't have put it next to you if she wanted to keep it.
You sure?
100%.
He takes the unicorn.
I have him start his stuffed animal collection.
Okay.
As he realized that first one started it all.
Now, if you got a good night's sleep, I suggest we
Yeah.
probably should go find everybody, and we have work to do.
Yeah, we do need to go and get
Unless
a
you need
doctor.
more time.
No, I slept on it. Just dredge up some bad memories and a little bit of paranoia. But I think I should be good.
I have something for bad memories. As you guys are eating, she like hops up, she goes running off,
Not
and comes
alcohol.
back with a dream catcher. No, she comes back with a really beautiful dream catcher. She says, "Here, if you put this over your bed at night, then it'll keep the bad memories and dreams and nightmares away." Apparently, that's what I'm told. I've never tried it because I don't have bad memories or dreams, but it's worth a try.
I mean, thank you. What can I give you for it?
How about a story? I really like stories.
Stories.
You know, like Mr. Jim Spoon over here. He went fishing, and I got him by the bay, and he was hiding from the scary man. So I took him with me. She
What?
holds up a spoon that has like carving of hair on it and a little face.
Pippin claps.
Good story. Good story.
Could I take today to think on a story and have us come back tonight?
Sure.
I'll think of a good story for you.
Okay. Any story. It doesn't have to be a good story. It's just like a story. But if you want to make a good story, I will not say no.
I'll think of one. I just gotta think on that one.
Sure. Sounds good to me. You know where I live. I am going to be at the announcement at noon, so hopefully I'll see you. Otherwise, I will see you tonight. Also, you are welcome to sleep on this in the whatever that thing is called. Tonight, we can make you another burrito. I'm sure I can find you another stuffed animal too. Probably like have a goose. We could do the goose, or we could do. There's a little heart, but that's kind of boring. Or I have a little dog. Dogs are fun too. Or I have a manticore.
You have a stuffed manticore?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Huh,
Want to see it?
that
She,
sounds
like,
cool.
runs over somewhere else and pulls out a little stuffed manticore with like the tail and the heads. This is
Okay,
pretty.
that's really cool.
Mhm.
We also have some other friends. It would be okay to invite them along.
Sure. You might want to bring some beds,
Bedrolls?
or have them delivered. Then you don't have to lift them yourself. That was a lot of work.
Yeah.
Just tell them to deliver it to Bright Pocket. Everybody knows me.
Yeah, there's something I've been wondering. How are you related to Honeybell? Honeypot? What was her name?
My aunt's cousin, 3 times removed, best friend's wife, I believe. Could be 4 times removed.
The wife of your aunt's best friend went wandering, and you have her house? Like, are you house sitting? Watching it?
She left. I came. So I get the house.
It's very kinder.
Is that how it works?
Yeah.
For kinder.
See, if I were to leave and Pippin wanted the house, then he could have the house?
Yeah,
'Cause
like
he's my
you
cousin.
humans, you're all like, we have to trade gold and all this stuff, and it's so annoying. It's so much simpler.
It actually seems that way, yeah. Huh. That's really intriguing. So what happens when she comes back? If she comes back?
Well, she's gone wandering, so she'll probably not be back for, like, I don't know, 15 years? Last time somebody wandered, it was like 10 years. I was here, like, when I was a kid, and then my parents wandered with me, and then that was, like, a while ago. And then I wandered to a different city on my own, and now I'm back here again because I wanted to see the dreams. It's been a
Yeah,
lot of
I've
fun.
been wandering for a few months. Well, actually 2 years. I spent about 2 years here, and then I wandered, and now I'm back. It's pretty normal.
Yeah. Why stay in one place your entire life? That is boring. You can't meet as many new people that way. And what would you do with all, like, you can't get as many stories, you can't tell as many stories, it's not fun.
That actually makes perfect sense.
I know, right?
Huh. Never thought of it that way. I've mostly been in one location for as long as I can remember, except for these past few months.
Mm. Are you happy to be wandering? It's better than where you were. Sure it is.
Kinda, yeah.
Well, clearly, because you made it here. And you got
True.
Molly. Or Maxie? I can't remember what her name is. Maddie?
I'm not sure. I was sleeping.
Right. You can name her whatever you want to. It's fine.
Tess. Work.
Tess. Tess the Unicorn. Kind of like my name, Tass. Well, my real name's
Tass.
Tassel. My name's Tass, but if you want to call her Tass, Tess, that's also good. We might get confused though, but that's okay.
We'll combine and it'll be Tessa.
Perfect. You might want to go see your friends though.
Yeah.
If you didn't tell them you were coming to my house, they might be worried.
Yeah, we kind of all I kind of departed really quick.
But do come back for your burrito. And Fred.
Yes, definitely. And the story.
Oh yes, and the story. Cannot forget the story.
Well, it was
And if-
wonderful meet. Good.
I'll make sure to give you a story too.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I
really
love
good story.
stories. And yeah, you guys make your way to the Crescent Moon Cantina. You guys are a little bit later getting there than Wimble. Magnus and Arfire, you wake up however you choose to wake up.
I gotta wake up nice and late in the morning because we're gonna have to do illegal activities tonight.
I'd let her keep the bed, and I just found a spot on the floor with a blanket. After working on my diagrams for a little while, and so in the morning I think he'd have more of that early morning. Just that typical, like, the sun came up, so did I. And then just working on his diagrams a bit as he just let our fire rest.
They haven't showed up yet, huh?
I haven't been downstairs as of yet.
I think I'll head there for breakfast and see if I can pick up some rumors, some information. It's always good.
Sure, you make your way downstairs. At this point, Wimble's probably 15 minutes before, like, after you go downstairs, he'll walk in. Not that he can recognize you. Although he would recognize your clothing, not your face.
I would say that I probably, you have like a pack with like extra clothes and stuff. Probably switched out a little bit
Oh, then he might not recognize you at all.
Part of the disguise.
Yeah. You want to listen for rumors?
Mm-hmm. Anything happen in the city? And if I can pick up anything about the nobles.
Roll a perception check.
Well, we know there's a public announcement today.
You do know there's a public announcement today.
15.
15. You would hear a lot of hype about the public announcement. There's been a lot of like excessive night terrors, and the nightmares are quite a bit more prominent, particularly around the Lake of Whispers. In that area, the noble court, like the noble district, tends to have some wards and stuff up so that they're more protected than the general population. But there's definitely something causing some disturbance. And there's also a lot of talk about a pickpocket that is kind of pickpocket and con artist that's been plying their trade in the night market.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the people is a little bit pissed that he'd never won at cups, even though the woman that was raving that she won so much gold won all the time, and then he couldn't win and he was pissed.
Possible to frame him, hopefully, if we get caught.
Ooh,
Keep that
that's a cool idea. Ooh,
That's why I'm listening for rumors.
that's a cool idea.
All
At this point, Wimble would come in after you've listened.
Got it.
Sorry, I cut you off.
No, you're good. I'm gonna keep eating my food and just see what he does first.
Hippo's still upstairs or downstairs?
I would have come downstairs.
Go
Just gathering up my stuff and then,
over to Magnus. Out of Magnus. Where's everybody else today?
As seems to be the running thing. It's a very good question. I do not have the answer. Seeing after the rest of you left me here at the inn, I've been working on my own.
I'm gonna look over at their table, slightly exaggerated, be like, "Oh, my friend Magnus, let me join you. You have somebody else sitting with you. I did not wish to eat breakfast alone."
Yes, and I'll look up at Wimble and just give him a pointed look as best I can, and just, yes, this is Lex.
So,
Okay.
strange thing here. Wimble is really wise, but he's also slightly dumb. So am I clocking what's going on?
You tell me.
Well, Magnus, roll me a performance check.
Oh boy.
And Wimble, roll me... Well, wait. I want to see what he rolls
this is negative
first.
1. We've got...
Okay.
Not too bad, a 14.
Okay. Roll an insight.
Insight's good. Better than intelligence. Well, it's a 2 plus 7 for a 9.
So with a 9...
If it was intelligence, that would have been a 1.
With a 9... You know that he's trying to tell you something. He's performing well enough to tell you something, and it is about this person that has come up to join you. But you don't know what that something is.
Out of there. You selling something? Are you single?
And I am not a trader, no.
No,
Old
that's-
friends with Magnus. We've traveled together before.
Well, you know, us of the Miravellian faith, single, not single, it's all just kind of a big question mark in the end.
There's a very familiar, like, disgusted expression on this human woman's face. I will say that. I'm gonna put my arm around Wimble and say, Wimble, this is our fire in disguise because I have a bounty on my head. Isn't that funny?
Wimble
That's
just starts
funny.
puking.
Arfire, can you roll a stealth for me
Okay.
to see how well you whisper?
Pretty well. 24.
Perfect. Yeah, nobody seems to have picked that up. It's at about the point where Wimble like gags that Sev and Pippin walk in.
No, he's been drinking.
That's funny.
Oh, that was great.
With that phrase, we will pick it up next week.
If you guys enjoyed our chaos, much as we enjoyed playing it, please give us a follow. It helps out greatly, and you'll know when we go live. Down below, you'll find links to our Discord, YouTube, Astral's TikTok, Booty's Twitch, and Springer's Knives. On our Discord, it's free and open to everybody. If you want to come and join, we'd love to see you there. If you want to just come in and lurk and get the announcements, that's great too. On our YouTube, we put up replays for sessions, usually 2 days after the fact, and we also have YouTube Shorts. On Astral's TikTok, he does a variety of different types of videos, and they're all pretty great. I think you'd enjoy them, so go give them a watch. On Booty's stream, he streams once or twice a week, and is always friendly and engaged with the chat. If you love him here, you'll love him over there. And our buddy Springer makes knives on the side. You can go online to see what's available right now at the moment. And I have one myself. It's big and beautiful, and I love it. If you do decide to get one, he'll work with you from start to finish and let you customize everything all the way through. I can't, like I said, I have one myself, and I highly recommend. Today was our When Nine Lights Rise campaign. Tomorrow we'll be back with our Rise of the Everchosen campaign, where we just got done doing a little bit of shopping, and we're going to see what kind of hijinks happen in the city of Altdorf. I believe that's everything I have for now, so I will toss it back to the room.
Remember, stay beautiful, torture your friends with terrible, sad backstories, and write amazing letters. Until next time, everybody, we'll see you later.
Bye.
All the trauma. Have a good one.